right. This is Jim Waechter, and Jim is the Director of Facilities Services for the college, and we are at the Seminole campus where we are going to be planting around 1,000. Is that right, Jim? Around 1,000 seedlings. At what part of the campus are we going to do this?
There are about 63 acres, 63 to 65 acres at the north end of this property, which we refer to as the habitat area, and we're going to be basically skirting the perimeter of that 60-acre site with 1,000 pine seedlings.
And what's the outcome of that?
For quite a while you won't see any outcome, but the nice thing, of course, about plants is that as they mature, we'll begin to see, the fruits of our labor. So 2 years from now it'll look great, 10 years from now it'll look even better, and 50 years from now, those of us who are still around, or those of them who are still around, will obviously be able to remember this day.
What's the history of that part of the campus? Do you know?
That's a good question. I know the college acquired this property sometime in the 70s or 80s, I believe. It's been quite a number of years, and then we began to develop the campus. There's a lot of protected wetlands and protected forest lands up there, a lot of which we can never build on. So our intent, of course, is to make the best with what we have and to convert that into a good, usable habitat area for educational purposes, probably recreational purposes, and all kinds of valuable resources.
What's the state of that area now, would you say?
Just 2 years ago, we were awarded a grant to remove invasives. It was just overgrown with things like Brazilian peppers, grapevines, Virginia creeper, all kinds of non-native plants had just pretty much overtaken that area. And 2 years ago, that grant came in and removed a lot of those invasives. The end result of that is it looked like a wasteland, essentially dead material everywhere, with the exception of the natives that were left, the pine trees, the oak trees, and things like that. So this is today is our first step in a restoration project. There'll be some more long-term planning that goes on regarding that restoration, but this opportunity for these pine trees came along, and we said, you know what, in lieu of our big long-term plan, let's do something right away and just get it started, even though in the big picture it may only be a small step, but it'll be significant 10 years from now.
Why don't we walk over to the truck and take a look at the seedlings?
Sure.